What version of the Bible do you most recommend?
Well, you're asking me for my personal opinion. Of course, my favorite is the King James, just for its sheer beauty and poetry. No literary work has had more influence on the English language as we know it than the King James Version of the Bible. The second would be Pilgrim's Progress. Did you know that? That had a tremendous impact on the English language. Now, the English language has evolved some, and we don't speak the same way they did back in 1611. My favorite versions are the versions that come to us from the manuscripts known as the Textus Receptus. In my personal study, there are 3 manuscripts from which all translations come, unless it's a paraphrase. A paraphrase is not a translation. Textus Receptus, the Vaticanus, which is a manuscript found in the Vatican, and the Sinaiticus. Sinaiticus was a manuscript found in a monastery on Mount Sinai. There's been a lot of dispute about the dependability of all of the, there's little additions and deletions in the Sinaiticus and the Vaticanus. You know the story in the Gospel of John, where Mary Magdalene this woman is caught in the act of adultery, and Jesus said, "He that is without sin, let him cast the first stone." That's not in those other manuscripts. And so they're suspicious. So my favorite versions of the Bible come from the Textus Receptus. King James, the New King James, is just a more modern version. Incidentally, the King James you have now are technically New King James because the King James Version has been updated several times since 1611. I meet people say, "I don't use anything but the King James. I won't use the New King James Version." Well, you're using the New King James Version now unless you read Old English, because they've updated it several times.